What's good, everybody? Today we took 3 trades and 3 more wins. 3 trades and 3 wins again, just like yesterday. The first 2 trades were very small trades, 0.25 and 0.40. They were both shorts. The 4-hour was bearish on both. The 30-minute was bearish on both. The first trade I said was a mid trade. We followed all of our biases and rules. However, we entered the trade late, as I doubted the validity of the liquidity sweep as a 5-minute entry confluence, and I haven't used it at all. I usually enter based off of a fair value gap, so I wasn't too sure or confident about entering based off of a liquidity sweep on the 5-minute. We entered way too late because of this and missed a lot of profit as well. We exited just before New York session opened, and this was a good move, as sessions, as they open, they usually sweep out previous highs or lows, and this happened, so I'm making it a new rule. Entered on a 5-minute liquidity sweep and a break of structure. So the new rule is actually all the way down here. It says exit a trade before a new session begins, unless you have hit at least one take profit, securing the trade with the stop loss at break even. Simple as that. And the second trade is same. I said this was a good trade, well managed. We waited long enough for London highs to get swept and then entered. However, the take profit never hit, therefore we closed the trade just before Asian session, and boy was that a good move. Entered on a 5-minute inverse fair value gap and a fair value gap. So here were the first 2 trades. Let me just break it down for you guys. This right here is Asian session, so here's the high and here's the low. We shorted based off of the Asian session getting hit, but we could have shorted entered here, but we entered around here, which is why we never did take profit, and we exited just before New York session hits. Over here, maybe we could have kept in that position, but whatever. New York session, we entered based off of these highs getting hit, and we shorted around here. Nothing got hit, and we exited right before here. And if you can see, there's this massive gap. That's because of how fast it moved, and because this is the end of a Friday and this is Monday. So this is what the market did on the weekend. It has this blank space and it just shot through our stop losses, but luckily we entered just before that happened. The third trade was a bit better, 2.55, nice win. This was a long. I said the 4-hour was bullish, 30-minute was bullish, which they were. I said the market shifted to bullish. I was very unsure of taking this trade, and then at the end I just stopped doubting myself, luckily, and I said, like, Lord Jesus, please give me a sign. And I asked, like, my mom, should I enter? And then she said yeah. So I took that as my confirmation. Entered on a 5-minute break of structure and an inverse fair value gap, but one candle after we entered, another fair value gap got filled, or it's the other way around. I think it was the fair value gap that got the filled before, and then after we entered, the inverse fair value gap happened. So the second trade we took actually was in New York session, as you can see here, guys. We took 2. Why am I speaking like a YouTuber? What the flip? I am a YouTuber. But as you can see right here, guys, this is basically all the sessions of the day: Asian session, London session, and New York session. So we took 1 trade in London, 1 trade in New York, and our next trade in London here, which was our win. We hit all of our take profits, and maybe not all, but I think most, and then we got stopped out. Our take profit was about here in profit, so that was a good day. And I do want to show you guys actually how much, and I just want to see, ooh, this is our total profit and loss, 21%, guys, over all of these trades. I need to actually count how many trades these are, just so I can know. But the last thing is, guys, make sure you do know this is not compounded as account grows. So what does that mean? That means we enter with 2% of $200,000, not 2% of the account size, which means we always enter with $4,000 risk instead of say our account was $240,000 like how it is now, it would be $2.4 thousand risk, but still 2%. I don't know if you guys understand, but if not, you need to lock in, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.